Let no one deceive you in any
Just
way.
as it was in the days of Noah, so will it be in the days of the
New report names Christians as the most persecuted religious group.
Like a thief, and you will not know at what hour I will come against you.
Before I sleep, I pray to the Lord that my soul he keeps. Get ready for the wars and march my feet. The ones deceived receive the mark of beast. As I march the streets, mirror shots, brothers brought the heat. Up in the dark where the darkness creeps. I was called to speed, the way the souls that are falling asleep. Their world, am I called for peace? I was called to preach, and may this message reach to the minds of God's people and may it teach. The blind that can't define what I see, and remind the woke that we was called for purpose. We was called to preach, to expose the evil, and preach the gospel, and preach the message, and be apostles, and be disciples, and be examples of the Lord and Savior. We was called to preach. He is a God of me, and he's a part of me, and I'm a part of him, and I was born to be a candlelight, the fight light, and let the light shine up in the dark. I was called to preach to the lost to sleep, to the short and weak, and of the Lord they seek. Judgment day is near, and you don't want to be sentenced. The worst words you could ever hear is depart from me. I was called to preach, I was called to reach, I was called to speak to the fallen weak. I was called to preach and tell the world that we battle against not the flesh but the ones beneath. I was called to preach to the souls that do not believe, the ones whose faith no bigger than a mustard seed, and to every lost soul that is being controlled, and tell them all that we must be free. I was called to preach every single religion, every single belief, every single opinion. There was only one truth, there was only one way, there was only one God, and my God is risen. I was called to preach and tell the world that we need to fight. We all got a mission to do before we leave this life. We all gotta step in the darkness to see the light. The key to life is when you see Jesus Christ. You see the time is now, so start repenting. The signs are clear, the world is ending. Accept the truth, accept the Lord. Many on the broad and only few ascending. Few will make it, few will fly, few will live, but many fry. The rapture is coming and plenty will cry. And so when the time comes that you're ready to fly, be ready to fly, or that you'll be ready to fly, because only a few accept it and plenty deny. Religion's a lie, it's the reason plenty divide. There is only one truth and he lives in the sky, and the day will come when he returns to the sky. The same one who's been beaten, buried and died, and on that day every eye will see him bow down as we witness the prophecy. And I pray for peace across the nations. I pray for strength through these tribulations. To God I'm praying, the world he's saving, the Lord is waiting, but time he wasting. The crime is rising, the youth are dying, the racism got us all divided. We live in hatred, we hate and riot, and these lost brothers turn to crime and violence. History has been fabricated, they try to cover up the truth inside us, only few see. And understand why the masses living in the dark, blind, and only few see. And understand why the masses living in the dark, blind, and only few see. I hope you see. Praying on for the people who live in the dark. The only way out is seeking the spirit of God. Repent and turn away from sin and just live in the Lord. Before you die, be sure the Son of God live in your heart. Warfare, don't you dare give it to the dark. I know it's hard, but we all are children of God. Don't be deceived by the enemy tricking us all. Kevin, no slipping no fall. Enemy tempted us all. Don't give it to God. Pray for the brothers who lost. Tell them I live for the cross. Tell them I worship myself. God is in infinite force. Only believe in the truth. All of the rest of them frauds. These that don't want to be God. Faking the Wizard of Oz. Pray for the brothers who lost. Most of us serve in the dark. Most of us sin and we fall. Rapture, I pray that we all wake up and answer the call. Wake up and answer the call. I'm focused on the mission to get the people to listen to my lyrics and I spit a whole day awake in vision. I was born to be a leader, messenger and a preacher, preaching to people and preaching the word and preaching the wisdom. I was called awake and speak, and let the whole world know it's time to crease. You better be ready, all my prayers go out to each. I pray that you all seek. I was called to reach, I was called to preach.